Hello everyone, Coping Skills here, back with more of The Warning. This time with the two most requested songs on the channel, Black Holes and Breathe. But early on, I was told that these are very intimate songs, and I think there's only one real live performance of them. Mostly they're tracks that are on the album. But I was also kind of encouraged to get to know the band a little bit more before I jump into these, even though these two songs are definitely mentally health appropriate. And if you're new to the channel, I'm a licensed mental health counselor. I started doing reaction videos to try to raise mental health awareness, so you may get my perspective from time to time about mental health and how the songs apply to mental health difficulties and challenges. If you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing. Maybe hit a like, leave a comment. It goes a long way. If you really like the channel, maybe become a channel member or buy me a coffee. The link to that is in the description of the video. But without further ado, I have the video of the entire concert pulled up, so I just went to the bit that is relevant to these two songs. So the song Dull Knives just ended, and now we're going to get a little communication from the artists here.
Gracias, Ciudad de México. Ciudad de México, tenemos algo muy especial preparados para todos ustedes el día de hoy. Es algo muy bonito y ojalá y lo disfruten mucho, tanto como nosotros nos gustó montar lo siguiente que van a ver. Los queremos mucho. Muchas gracias.
We're in store for something special.
All alone in an alleyway, staring at my face, the reflections of broken bottles. Didn't know I had these many scars. I thought I'd won all my different battles, but I'm corrupt, I got nothing left. Spent all my life trying to forget. Ignore your calls and throw the phone away. Please believe me when I say, don't hold on.
Man, that was so special. But right from the beginning, I was taken back by a few of the lyrics that are just so poignant. So the line at the beginning about kind of being alone in an alleyway, and just that verbiage alone makes you feel so alone, because this image of a dark alley by yourself, fearful, alone, stranded. But then when she says that there's reflections of broken glass, I think there's a double meaning there, because when we fall, we break, we feel like shattered glass, so reflections of ourself. When we're alone, we have a lot of time to reflect on ourselves. But also, I don't know if you've ever been to Mexico, but I've been there several times. And something that's very common is for people to break glass bottles and use the shards of that broken glass and basically cement it on the top of their walls on their property to act basically as barbed wire to keep intruders out. And I think in the lyrics of the song, in considering they're Mexican artists, that really plays true, that not only are they having reflections of themselves and alone in an alley, but there's these shards of broken glass, this extra barrier around them that makes it feel like there's no escape, there's no getting out, there's no crawling over the walls. They're alone in this alley and they're trapped. At least kind of that's my understanding of those lyrics. And man, that just captures you right away. And then it goes on to talk about kind of being brokenhearted and feeling like there's not much of themselves. And how can you not be heartfelt? Everybody's singing. Everybody knows the song. And that smile on Pal, man, I've heard she doesn't play the piano too often, just kind of by herself very much. So I think a special treat. But then also, I know I'd done one reaction to this concert, which was Enter Sandman, when I kind of did the evolution to Enter Sandman. So I know that they have a whole bunch of violinists and stringed instruments here. So her on the piano with orchestral accompaniment. Yes, please. Yeah, so I'm super excited. And man, I'm already like in the story of the song.
All alone in an alleyway, staring at my face. The reflections of broken bottles. Didn't know I had these many scars. I thought I'd won all my different battles, but I'm corrupt. I got nothing left. Spent all my life trying to forget. Ignore your calls and I throw the phone away. Please believe me when I say, don't hold on. Left to give, 'cause I keep on coming, begging for more, and I'm slowly falling, crushing below, and the things I used to hold so close, they burn, and the love that used to shine so bright was shattered like the satellites, and the venom starts to swallow me whole, like black holes. Qué bonito cantan Ciudad de México. And I know that you try to stay, but my awful ways you'll never overlook. And all the things that hurt me, they got no remedy, and they'll start hurting you too. 'Cause I'm corrupt, I got nothing left.
And such beautiful lyrics. Just of this person feeling so broken inside, feeling like they're not able to fix themselves, but also that this relationship is kind of bad for them, and they want the other person to walk away, to not hold on, I think is the lyrics, and to kind of push them away, but they're so damaged and they feel so drawn to this person. I really like that line about the satellite, kind of like a crashing satellite. So a satellite, or one that we use for communication or even the moon, hopefully is in a sustainable orbit. So it just stays up there forever, constantly being drawn to the planet, to Earth. And it stays there as a satellite with a constant tug on it. So if it's tugged too hard, if it doesn't sustain the orbit, then it eventually falls and crashes. So the satellite crashing from so high is a lot of pain, but also just the imagery of a satellite being tugged on and drawn to this thing. And if they get too close, then they'll burn up and crash. So this relationship that they're drawn to over and over is just toxic. So they're asking this person in the relationship with them to let them go because whatever's happened, in this relationship, but also the mistakes of this person, they feel like this relationship is only going to keep them crashing and burning. They're never going to have a healthy orbit. Oh no, that's my take. But just beautiful, this kind of idea of wanting them to not hold on to them, to let their gravity cease to exist so both people can kind of carry on with their lives. And then maybe they'll be able to heal. And it's really important from a mental health perspective that if you do get into a very toxic relationship where there's a lot of either physical abuse, absolutely emotional abuse, Absolutely. If you are in some sort of toxic relationship, that you learn to let go because when you're still in the relationship, if it is eternally toxic, you're never going to be able to heal. So in order to heal, you kind of need to get away from it. Yeah, it's a super poignant and very mentally health relevant kind of whole phrasing of the song, and wow, sung so beautifully. I love Paz singing. I mean, I love her drumming, but her piano playing is excellent. This is just a real treat.
¡Qué bonito cantan Ciudad de México! And I know that you try to stay, but my awful ways you'll never overlook. And all the things that hurt me, they got no remedy, and they'll start hurting you too. 'Cause I'm corrupt, I got nothing left. Spent all my life trying to forget. Ignore your calls, I won't throw the phone away. Please believe me when I say, don't hold on, don't hold on, and don't hold on to me. Don't hold on, don't hold on. I got nothing left to give, but I keep on coming, begging for more, and I'm slowly falling, crashing below, and the things I used to hold so close, they burn. And the love that used to shine so bright was shattered like the satellites, and the venom starts to swallow me whole. Like black holes, like black holes. Don't hold on, don't hold on. They don't hold on to me. Don't hold on, don't hold on. I got nothing left to give. Don't hold on.
And it's so beautiful. This is really an emotional song. Got a little bit of goosebumps. Man, when she had that little bit of vocal fry in there, that little bit of grit, I don't know what to say. It's a gorgeous song.
Don't hold on, don't hold on. They don't hold on to me. Don't hold on, don't hold on. I got nothing left to give. Don't hold on, don't hold on. I surrender in my defeat. Don't hold on, don't hold on. Even black holes that let me be. 'Cause I keep on coming, begging for more, and I'm slowly falling, crashing below, and the things I used to hold so close, they burn. And the love that used to shine so bright was shattered like the satellite. Like black holes, like black holes, like black holes.
Oh man, so beautiful. And so touching, that the song's called Black Holes and mentioned gravity before with a satellite, but a black hole sucks everything in and destroys it. So this relationship being something that they were holding on to very tightly, but it became a black hole. It became everything that kind of got sucked into it, just got destroyed. And one of the lyrics there that I caught at the end was this kind of concept that everything that she held dear previously, like early on in the relationship, has just kind of burned up, and they're not holding on to anything except this kind of feeling of being drawn in, of wanting maybe that that desire to want to be in love. And a lot of people get caught up in that. And it's hard to make that kind of step and break away from toxic relationships, especially when kind of a mental health concept called codependency forms. And it's a very destructive thing where you kind of hurt the other person in order to be needed. And it kind of keeps you dependent on each other, but you're harmful to each other. And that's what this is describing. So beautiful, beautiful song. Just wow. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Breathe now.
Basta porque voy a llorar y no se vaya. Muchas gracias, Ciudad de México. Bueno, esa siguiente canción, yo había dicho que nunca la iba a tocar en vivo, porque es una canción muy personal. Pero viéndolos todos aquí reunidos, es increíble pensar que hay 8,000 personas ahorita aquí que nos vinieron a ver a nosotras. Y honestamente, estoy medio enferma, mi voz no está súper bien, pero les quiero cantar esta canción. The water's getting wet. No, la necesito cantar, oigan. I thought it learned to keep me warm, but it's reaching down my throat and it's freezing all my bones still. I try to reach over the endless waves, can't call for help, so I'll just call my name. But not even I can hear, I'll just disappear without a trace.
I just have to pause to compose myself a little bit. And seeing her kind of on the verge of tears, I think any father is going to struggle with that. To see, a young lady in tears, but to, hear her say that she didn't want to sing this song live ever because it was so personal to her, but wanting to dig deep and kind of give a special thank you to the fans being so enamored with, filling out the Pepsi Center. Man, it's such a beautiful sentiment, but to know that it's so personal. And then, to go into those lyrics of just feeling drowning. This the song's called Breathe, but it's kind of to combat the feeling of drowning, of sinking. And at first, the water feeling like it was going to be warm, but then it growing really cold and then starting to choke on the water that's going down the throat. So, kind of getting deeper, something pulling you down. And that's what depression feels like. That's what a lot of mental health issues feel like, is this feeling of drowning. So it's such a beautiful, heartfelt song to describe that feeling of sinking, of depression. So yeah, a beautiful, beautiful song and such an important topic. But yeah, I was getting really choked up, so I needed to take a little break to compose myself. It's a little bit different when I'm a counselor and somebody's crying to my client. This I'm just at home alone listening to this beautiful song. So yeah, I can open up the emotions a little bit further. Yeah, I can see why people recommended it.
But not even I can hear. I'll just disappear without a trace. Is it so wrong to want to be alright? Perfect in pain, it's the same all the time. I try my very best to stay afloat, but there's something down there that just wants me close. And I beg myself to breathe, but there's nothing within reach now. Is it so wrong to want to be alright? Perfect in vain, it's the same all the time. Muchas gracias. Los quiero muchísimo.
You know, that was beautiful seeing her break into tears. Same thing. You know, it's like the dad effect. Um, but just beautiful. You could tell that it was really meaningful to her to give that song. And it's such a lovely, beautiful song. She plays so well on the piano, and man, her voice was so impressive. I love how she kind of stayed low there for a while before kind of coming back up, kind of describing almost musically how it would feel to be caught in waves crashing over you, kind of down and up and down and up. It's just beautiful. Her piano playing was, oh man, gorgeous. And from a mental health perspective, I think that one of the things that's so important to help in that situation is this idea of a life preserver. You know, metaphorically in this song, to help prevent from drowning, you need some support. You need something to grab onto to pull you up. And whatever it is that's dragging you down under the water, there's no specifics that were needed because it's such a relatable thing. We need somebody to help us up, or at least keep us afloat so that we can help ourselves up. And we need that support. We need that life preserver. We need a friend. We need family. We need counsel sometimes. So if you're in that kind of cycle and you feel like you're drowning, look for a life preserver, look for support, friends, family. If you don't have those available, talk to somebody, get some help. I'm really glad that I did that reaction outside of maybe doing the entire Pepsi concert performance that I'm considering doing. So thank you for joining me. It was a pleasure and two beautiful songs. I'm so enamored and impressed every time that I see these young ladies perform. It just kind of compiles on that impression. And you warned me, pun intended, about this song and to bring tissues. Well, you've been warned. So until the next time, click on something that pops up, keep listening, and we will see you then.